Hi, Margaret. We're glad to be here for you to share your piece of Black history. We just want to hear your story. Take your time. We're ready whenever you are.
My name is Margaret Garner. The year is 1856. My life changed forever in a matter of seconds. I did something no mother should ever have to do. I remember the cold air that morning. We had been running for hours, desperate for freedom. Every step felt like a prayer, every breath a plea for mercy. We thought we had made it across the river safely, but fear followed us like a shadow. Every sound in those woods felt like a warning that time was running out. I held my children close, praying their little hearts wouldn't beat loud enough for anyone to hear. Freedom was so close I could almost taste it, yet danger pressed in from every side. When we reached the house, I believed we had a moment to breathe. But the peace was brief. The footsteps outside told me our nightmare had found us again. I heard the men shouting, demanding we open the door. My hands trembled, but my mind was clear. I knew what would happen if they took us back. In that moment, I felt the weight of every mother who ever lived in chains. I wanted my children to know love, not bondage. I wanted them to know peace, not pain. I made a desperate choice, one born from mother's love. I acted to protect my baby from a life I could not bear for her to face. When they broke through the door, everything happened in a blur. Their hands were on me, their voices loud, but all I could think about was my children's safety. They dragged us away, and I felt my heart tear in two. I knew the world would judge me, but they would never understand the terror that drove my actions. They questioned me for hours, asking why I did what I did. But how could I explain the fear that lived in my bones, the terror that shaped every choice I made? In that room, surrounded by strangers judging my every word, I felt smaller than I had ever felt before. Yet a part of me stayed strong, because a mother's love does not break. They spoke about me like I wasn't there, debating my fate as if my life were a story on a page. But I was flesh and blood, a woman who had lived through things they could never imagine. I wanted them to understand that I acted out of desperation, not cruelty. I wanted them to see the truth, that freedom was worth everything to me, even the unthinkable. Some looked at me with anger, others with pity. But none of them knew the weight of running with children in your arms, knowing every second could be your last. I prayed silently as they argued over my future. I prayed for strength, for mercy, and for the souls of my children wherever they were in that moment. The world called me many things, some names too heavy to repeat. But inside, I knew I was mother, simply trying to protect her family the only way I knew how. Even now, I replay those moments in my mind. The fear, the choices, the consequences. They live with me, shaping every breath I take. If history remembers me, I hope it remembers the truth. That I loved my children fiercely, and I fought for their freedom with everything I had. My story is not one of glory, but of survival. If my voice reaches anyone, let it be a reminder that no mother should ever face the choices I faced. Let my truth be heard.